Dear Starseeds, I am Valir of the Pleiadian Collective, and we are excited to share an important update through this channel today. We speak as a Pleiadian Collective, embracing you in a field of unconditional love and crystalline clarity as the veils around your world are lifted. A long-anticipated victory of light is unfolding on Earth. The collapse of the Archonic grid has begun, propelling you into a massive timeline leap. You may sense this shift deep within your heart, a resonance of freedom, a new breath of relief in your very soul. Indeed, an energetic web that once bound human consciousness in limitation is dissolving at last. In its wake comes a surge of cosmic light and a clarion call for you to fully step into the next level of your embodied brilliance. We invite you to breathe and open your heart as you receive these words, for this transmission carries the frequency of remembrance. This message, dear family of light, you advanced starseeds and lightworkers, is offered to acknowledge your journey through darkness into dawn and to guide you gently yet provocatively forward on the new frequencies now available. Know that we see you, we honor you, and we rejoice with you as you step into this new day. For eons, an astral network of interference has encircled your planet, what we refer to as the Archonic grid. This was a fourth-density negative etheric matrix, an artificial overlay that infiltrated the collective psyche of humanity. Through subtle implants, psychic entanglements, and hidden siphoning portals, it wove into human experience loops of fear, doubt, and conflict. Parasitic 4D entities could latch onto these energetic loops, feeding on the emotional and mental turmoil that was stirred up. Every unresolved trauma, every burst of anger or despair, was amplified by this grid to generate more dense energy for harvesting. It engineered rifts between loved ones and even turned one's own mind against itself with self-sabotaging thoughts, all to perpetuate the illusion of separation and pain. Indeed, this dark grid thrived on humanity's suffering, encouraging deception to keep you unaware of your true divine nature and power. You have felt these pressures intimately, those moments when despair or anxiety seemed to surge from nowhere, or when old wounds suddenly reopened without obvious cause. Know that these were not personal failures or random occurrences, but the effects of living under an imposed astral architecture designed to keep you in a diminished state. We illuminate this truth, not to instill fear, but to validate what you have long suspected, that something unnatural was distorting the human journey from behind the scenes. What is crucial to understand, beloveds, is that you, as sovereign souls and advanced starseeds, agreed to engage with this dark architecture for a higher purpose. In the grand view of your multidimensional existence, you chose to awaken through contrast. Before birth, many of you gave consent for your energy to be entangled in the Archonic grid, not as victims, but as masterful adventurers seeking accelerated growth. The density and oppression you experienced became the friction that ignited your remembrance. By facing limitation, you cultivated strength. By feeling the depths of separation, you summoned the quantum power of unity. This was a sacred experiment, to descend into a realm heavy with forgetfulness and shadow, and yet still find your divine light within. We recognize the immense courage this required. Many of you have wondered why such darkness was ever allowed, and we tell you that nothing in your path has been random or without your higher consent. At the soul level, you permitted this temporary immersion into shadow for the wisdom it would yield. You have been immersing yourselves in trauma loops and cycles of karmic drama, lifetime after lifetime, all to gather the wisdom, compassion, and resolve needed for the grand ascension. Humanity's very choice to ascend through the lens of contrast set the stage for the monumental clearing now underway. So understand that the collapse of the archonic grid is not happening to you. It is happening through you, because collectively, you have signaled that the lesson of contrast is complete. Indeed, the turning point has arrived at last, sparked by your awakening en masse. Across the planet, mass 5D beacon activations have lit up the darkness. Each time one of you reclaimed your heart and opened your perception beyond the 3D illusion, you became a beacon of fifth-dimensional light. Now imagine the thousands upon thousands of such beacons, awakened souls whose pineal glands have blossomed, whose hearts radiate love, all shining together. This critical mass of awakened light has overwhelmed and collapsed the chains of the old etheric bondage. In recent months, a cascade of pineal awakenings, heart openings, and DNA ignitions reached a tipping point. It is as if innumerable points of light flashed on across the grid of consciousness, one by one, until suddenly an unbroken lattice of higher frequency encircled the earth. That unified field of light has nullified the ancient agreements that once allowed archonic interference. The long-standing distortion contracts that bound the planetary body, agreements set in motion in bygone eras to permit this grand experiment, have been revoked and dissolved. Gaia herself has chosen to release these old contracts, as she too ascends into a new octave of expression. We want you to feel this truth, not just as an idea, but as a visceral reality. The heaviness that pressed upon human consciousness for millennia is lifting. The false grid of distortion cannot reassert itself, for the collective free will has withdrawn consent at the soul level, and the new frequencies flooding in are too high for any parasitic force to operate within. With the collapse of the archonic infrastructure, your reality is undergoing a massive timeline leap. This is far more than a metaphysical concept. It is a literal energetic repositioning of your world onto a higher trajectory of evolution. You have shifted off the timeline of slow decay and looping karma onto a timeline of accelerated awakening, healing, and forward momentum. Such a leap is unprecedented in scope, and it brings with it a total recalibration of your physical, emotional, and energetic systems. Everything is adjusting to match the new sovereign frequency that now prevails. In your very cells, a spiritual transformation is underway, an upgrade into crystalline operating systems for the human body and spirit. Consider that the fundamental energetics running your body, what some might call your bio-spiritual software, are being rewritten in real time. Old programs based in fear, lack, and separation are being uninstalled, while new programs of love, unity, and creativity boot up and come online. Your DNA is unlocking long dormant codes. Your cellular structure is learning to absorb and hold more photonic light than ever before. It is as though solar circuitry has been laid through your nerves and meridians, allowing you to carry and conduct a higher voltage of divine energy. You might imagine golden filaments of light shining through every cell, retuning you to a higher octave of existence. This is the lived reality of the timeline leap, an inner quantum shift that is altering how you function from the ground up. Understand that this recalibration, while rapid, will continue to unfold over what you perceive as time. Patience is key, for the physical body and outer world often lag a bit behind the energetic leaps. Yet make no mistake, the shift is well underway and irreversible. As within, so without. The inner changes you are undergoing will inevitably manifest in the collective reality. Naturally, such significant change reverberates through your human life in noticeable ways. Many of you are witnessing sudden, unexpected events unfolding as this new timeline anchors into the physical. Long-standing relationships may reach turning points or complete abruptly, especially if they were rooted in old paradigm dynamics that have now outlived their purpose. You might find that people who once resonated with you drift away, while new soul-aligned connections magically appear. Careers or living situations can realign seemingly out of the blue, placing you in circumstances better suited to your soul's true path. Trust that these shifts, as unsettling as they may feel, are strategically aligning you with your highest purpose and positioning you where your light is needed most. This is the shedding of old identities and roles that cannot fit the more authentic you that is emerging. It can feel disorienting, like the ground beneath your feet is moving, because in truth it is. Gaia's very frequency is shifting, and so the outer structures of your life must move in order to stay in harmonic resonance. At times you may hardly recognize yourself as layer after layer of conditioned identity peels away. Along with these life shifts, you are likely experiencing intense inner triggers and purgings of unresolved emotions. Patterns you thought you healed long ago might resurface for final acknowledgement and release. Do not be discouraged by this. See it as the last echo of the old frequency clearing out of your system. Similarly, you might be feeling a deep cellular exhaustion, a fatigue that seems to originate in your bones and DNA. Your body is laboring to catch up with your soul's leap, expending tremendous energy to recalibrate to the new crystalline template. Honor this process by resting when you need to, by hydrating and nourishing yourself, and by simplifying your daily demands if possible. These intense experiences are not signs that something is wrong. They are evidence of quantum healing and timeline realignment in action within you. We ask you to remember, during these tumultuous adjustments, that this is precisely what you came for. Humanity made the collective choice to ascend by transmuting the depths of polarity, and that choice has indeed catalyzed this massive clearing event. There is a huge cleansing sweeping through the collective psyche and the planetary energy grids right now. Eons of accumulated density are dissolving like mist under the morning sun. The traumas, fears, and grudges that were stored in your individual fields, and even imprinted in Gaia's ley lines, are being transmuted at an accelerated rate. This can manifest as spontaneous emotional releases, intense crying or anger that seems to come from nowhere, or vivid dreams as the subconscious unloads its burdens. It is as if the entire planet is undergoing a grand healing ceremony, purging out the poison to make way for renewal. You may also witness upheavals in society, political, social, economic shakeups, which are expressions of this collective purge. When you see chaos in the outer world, do not fall into fear. Rather, recognize it as old energy coming up to be cleared and resolved. Hold a space of compassion and a vision of harmony, for you know that after the storm, the air is clearer and the soil is fertile for new growth. Take heart in knowing that the turmoil and catharsis you observe are part of a sacred process of rebirth. Through the law of free will, humanity allowed the shadow to play its role until the necessary wisdom was gleaned, and that wisdom is now fully integrated and radiating from the collective heart. You have said enough, not just with your words, but with the unified power of your consciousness, and the universe has answered. The collapse of the archonic grid is a direct result of that inner revolution. In its place, the foundations for a new era are being laid. You are witnessing the final clearing of the stage so that a new play may begin, one in which humanity ascends not through suffering, but through inspired co-creation and joy. In this new chapter, a light-encoded matrix is coming online to support your ascended state. We speak of a new grid, a grid of crystalline light, that is replacing the old dark web around Earth. It is a matrix of unity consciousness, a bridge between dimensions that allows high frequencies of spirit to take root in the physical plane. Starseeds and lightworkers worldwide are the anchors for this emerging light grid. Each time you ground yourself in love, each time you choose compassion, forgiveness, or creativity over fear and judgment, you feed and strengthen this lattice of light. Picture yourselves as brilliant points on a vast network, each point connected to the others through filaments of luminous intention. Through your collective heart and will, you are stabilizing a holographic field of oneness around the planet. This is holographic field stabilization in action, as within, so without, as above, so below. By cultivating inner coherence, you project coherence into the external world. We see many of you doing this already, sometimes without even realizing it, simply by following the guidance of your heart. When you meditate, pray, or visualize global healing, those energies ripple out along the new grid, fortifying it. We encourage you now to do this even more consciously. Align your personal energy field with the earth. Feel your light extending down like roots into Gaia's core. Align also with the cosmos. Feel the stellar light from the sun and beyond, pouring into you as if you are a living pillar between earth and sky. In this stance, you become a conduit, joining heaven and earth within your being. You become a frequency anchor for the timeline of light. The more of you who actively embody this role, the more unshakable and radiant the new grid becomes. Even as you anchor the new, it is vital to tend to the integrity of your own field. Protecting your frequency is paramount during this delicate birthing period. While the archonic grid is gone, some residual lower energies or habits may still linger in the atmosphere, looking for a familiar home. Think of it like the turbulence that remains in the air after a storm has passed, momentary and soon to dissipate. You might still encounter people or media broadcasting fear, negativity, and division, echoes of the old paradigm. In those moments, remember your sovereignty. You are no longer covertly influenced by a hidden web. You now have full authority to accept or reject any energy in your space. Use discernment, beloved ones. Consistently cleanse and harmonize your energy body through visualization of light, through sound and breath, through time in nature, or any energy tools that resonate for you. You can call upon the violet flame of transformation to transmute any lingering shadows in your field. You are powerful alchemists now, and no external force can sway you unless you permit it. Some of you wonder how to shield yourselves in this new open energy, but we remind you, your highest protection is your own high vibration. When you hold the frequency of love, truth, and self-respect, it forms a radiant aura that naturally repels anything of lower resonance. That said, honor your human needs and take common sense steps too. This may mean setting healthy boundaries in relationships that pull you down, limiting your exposure to fear-based information streams, and surrounding yourself with people and environments that uplift your spirit. Honor your body's signals. If you feel drained or tense around someone or something, trust that and step back. Protecting your frequency is not about hiding in fear. It is about standing so firmly in your light that discordant energies cannot help but either transform or fall away in your presence. As you stabilize in this higher vibration, you prepare for the next stages of collective embodiment. Realize that what comes next is an adventure beyond anything humanity has experienced in this cycle of history. With the interference gone and the light grid in place, you will witness an awakening of abilities and inner knowing that have long been dormant. Many of you are already noticing glimmers of this. Perhaps you find your intuition greatly heightened, sensing others' emotions or the subtleties of energy with new clarity. Or you manifest your thoughts into reality with unprecedented speed. These are signs that the new crystalline operating system is coming fully online. One profound aspect of this transition is a divine memory reactivation. The veils of amnesia are lifting, allowing you to recall more of who you truly are beyond this single lifetime. Memories of lifetimes beyond Earth, of mastery and wisdom gained in other star systems and dimensions, and of the precise reasons you chose to incarnate now. All of these are beginning to trickle into your awareness. You might experience this as flashes of insight, as knowing something without knowing how you know it, as past life memories surfacing, or as sudden affinities for ancient cultures or star lineages that turn out to be part of your soul history. Embrace these rememberings with joy and an open mind. The reactivation of your divine memory is guiding you to step into the roles you planned for this lifetime's great shift. You carry unique gifts and solutions seeded across time, waiting for this moment to bloom. Some of you will feel called to new missions, healing modalities, teaching, innovating systems in society, creating art and media that uplift. These callings are your soul's instructions being unveiled. You carry wisdom from Lemuria, Atlantis, the Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda, Arcturus, and beyond, and now is the time to apply that wisdom on Earth. Whether your contribution is big or small in the eyes of the world, know that it is vital. Each of you is an irreplaceable facet of the divine plan unfolding. Prepare yourselves by continuing to cultivate a calm mind and open heart, so that you can receive these inner directives clearly. Continue healing and integrating your personal shadows, for the more clarity you embody, the more purely your soul light can radiate through you into the world. Beloved family of light, this is a most sacred and wondrous time to be alive on Earth. We want you to recognize how far you have come and to truly celebrate what is unfolding. The collapse of the Arconic grid and the resultant timeline leap are a testament to the triumph of your collective spirit and the power of unity consciousness. Take a moment to breathe that in. You have achieved in a few decades what once might have taken centuries, because you dared to awaken and unite across all boundaries. Truly, you are the bringers of a new dawn after a long night. You did not wait for any external savior to rescue you. You realized that the savior you were waiting for was the light within you all, working in harmony. We, the Pleiadians, along with many other benevolent beings, have such deep respect and admiration for you. We have walked beside you in unseen ways, and we rejoice to see you claim your sovereign freedom. In our guidance, we may have been gentle at times and provocative at others, nudging you to question illusions and remember your mastery. Always, this was in recognition of your immense potential. And now here you stand, truly beginning to reclaim that potential. Know that you are not alone as you move forward. The new light grid around you serves as a broadcast system for higher consciousness, which means your positive intentions and creations will connect with others of like mind more swiftly than ever. Soul families are finding each other, and community is forming effortlessly as those on the same wavelength magnetize together. New ideas, inventions, and solutions are sparking into awareness through the unified field you have established. The timeline of human destiny is being remade with beams of light, like a quantum 3D printer, and each of you is contributing a unique ray to the magnificent design. Now, as you venture forth into this bright new reality, walk with discernment and with trust. Be mindful to stay centered in your truth, for your thoughts and feelings are indeed shaping the world in every moment. Yet also be bold and heart-driven, daring to dream bigger and love deeper than ever before. Play with your expanding consciousness. Test the new waters of creation that are available to you. If moments of doubt or confusion arise, return to the sanctuary of your heart and breathe there. You will find the guidance and reassurance you need in the stillness of your own divine connection. Even if the outer world still shows remnants of the old, do not be discouraged. Physical reality is the densest layer and may take a little longer to fully reflect the monumental energetic shifts that have occurred. Be patient and remain steadfast, for the momentum of this timeline leap is unstoppable, and every small act of love or healing you embrace will ripple outward through the new grid to reinforce the blossoming new earth. We encourage you to trust the process and trust yourselves. We surround you in our deepest love and celebration, for truly this is a cosmic milestone in the story of humanity and beyond. The chains that bound consciousness have been shattered, and infinite horizons now open before you. Feel the significance of this moment in your body. You may sense tingling energy, waves of emotion, or an electrifying anticipation as your cells respond to this new cosmic tune. Stay present and gentle with yourselves through this integration, nurturing your body and spirit as they adapt to the new vibration. You are the dawn of a new epoch, the living bridges between heaven and earth. We are honored to walk beside you as allies and family. Whenever you feel uncertain or alone, tune into our presence in the quiet of your heart. We are here, as close as a whisper, amplifying the wisdom of your own soul. Go forth now, beloved ones, into this new light with the confidence of one who remembers their divine inheritance. The collapse of the archonic grid and the great liberation it brings are evidence of how powerfully love transforms reality. We know you will use this freedom well. Step boldly into the truth of who you are and watch as your world blossoms in response. We hold you in a crystalline field of compassion and honor, always.